You're sitting on a tiny plastic stool at a hidden street corner in Hue, Vietnam. In front of you, a bowl of bun bo hue, its broth shimmering under the light, sends up clouds of fragrant steam. The air carries the scent of lemongrass chili and slow-simmered beef bones. You take your first sip and it's rich, spicy, and comforting, yet it costs less than a single Starbucks coffee back home. Around you, life moves in perfect chaotic harmony. Scooters weave through the streets like a living river. Vendors call out in rhythmic melodic Vietnamese, and the soft clinking of chopsticks mixes with laughter from the next table. But this isn't just about food. This is about a country where you can live well for just a few $100s a month, a place where golden beaches stretch for miles only to meet mountains draped in mist, where ancient temples stand beside neon-lit skyscrapers, and every alleyway hides a story waiting to be discovered. And the best part, the people warm, welcoming, and ready to invite you into their world. Not as a tourist, but as family. Today we're going beyond the travel brochures, beyond Instagram snapshots to uncover the real Vietnam, and why it might just be the place you've been searching for all along. 1. Overview of Vietnam. Vietnam, a slender ribbon of land shaped like the letter S embracing the East Sea for more than 200 kilometers of coastline. It's home to over 100 million people. 54 distinct ethnic groups, each a living mosaic of traditions, music, and flavors. From the stilt houses of the Thai people in the misty northern mountains to the fishing villages scattered along the sunlit shores of the Central Coast, every region is a treasure chest of its own stories, customs, and rhythms. In the north, winter breathes a crisp chill into the air, and on rare occasions a soft layer of snow dusts the peaks of Sapa. Come autumn, Hanoi transforms into a romantic painting with golden leaves drifting gently onto the quiet streets of Phan Dinh Phung. The south sings a different song, one of endless warmth and sunshine all year round. And the central region is a duet of mountains and sea, where lush green ranges embrace bays so clear they seem carved from jade. Vietnam is changing at a breathtaking pace. One moment you might find yourself in a quiet little cafe in Dalat, where time feels slower, and just a few 100 kilometers away, skyscrapers pierce the sky in Ho Chi Minh City glowing in neon lights. And yet the miracle is this: amid the rush of modern life, traditional markets still bustle with the chatter of vendors, ancient temples stand in dignified silence, and centuries-old pagodas keep watch over the passing of time. This is Vietnam, both timeless and dynamic, a living symphony where every note carries the breath of history and the pulse of today. 2. Cost of living in Vietnam. Let's talk about one of the biggest surprises for anyone moving to Vietnam, just how far your money can go here. Housing first. In the heart of Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City, a modern one-bedroom apartment, often with air conditioning, a balcony, and a view over the busy streets below, will set you back between $250 and $450 per month. Head a little farther out to smaller cities like Da Nang or the lantern-lit charm of Hoi An, and you could be paying just $150 to $300 for a cozy home in a peaceful neighborhood. Utilities are equally affordable. Your monthly bill for electricity, water, and high-speed fiber internet usually between $50 and $90. And this isn't slow, unreliable internet. Vietnam's broadband is fast enough for seamless video calls, streaming, and running an online business from your living room. Food, though, is where Vietnam truly shines. Imagine grabbing a steaming bowl of bun cha, a plate of com tam, or fresh ban quan for just $1 to $3 at a street stall, surrounded by the hum of daily life. If you're in the mood for a sit-down dinner at a mid-range restaurant, you'll rarely spend more than $8 to $12 per person. And for your weekly groceries from the local market, armfuls of mangoes, dragon fruit, crisp vegetables, and fresh herbs, expect to pay around $25 to $35. The same basket of produce in the US or Europe could easily cost you 3 times more. Getting around is just as budget-friendly. Renting a motorbike, your key to ultimate freedom in Vietnam, is about $50 a month. Public buses. Around 30 cents per ride. Even a short taxi or grab ride across town will only cost $3 to $5. Entertainment and wellness are accessible luxuries here. A monthly gym membership ranges from $20 to $40. A 1-hour massage or spa treatment, the kind that might cost $60 or more in the West, is just $10 to $20. A basic dental checkup, about $25. No insurance nightmares, no hidden fees. And here's the kicker. When you compare these numbers to other popular Southeast Asian destinations, Vietnam often comes out ahead. Yes, Thailand and Malaysia can be affordable too, but in Vietnam you'll find lower housing costs than Bangkok, cheaper fresh produce than Kuala Lumpur, and a street food culture that delivers unbeatable value without sacrificing quality. All told, a comfortable lifestyle in Vietnam, including housing, food transport, utilities, and entertainment, can run you between $550 and $800 a month for a single person. That's a fraction of what you'd spend in most Western cities, and in return you gain not just affordability but a richer, more colorful daily life. 3. Culture and society in Vietnam. If you truly want to understand Vietnam, you have to step beyond the guidebooks and into its heart, its people, its traditions, its everyday rhythms. First, the spirit of community. Here, families often span 3 or even 4 generations under one roof. Grandparents, parents, and children share not only a home, but the daily joys and struggles of life. Neighbors aren't just people who live next door. They're an extended family always ready to watch your kids share a meal or step in when you need a hand. Then the food, which is far more than just fuel. Every dish carries a story. Pho simmered for hours with star anise and cinnamon tells of French colonial influence meeting Vietnamese ingenuity. Bun Bo Hue sings with lemongrass and chili from the Central Highlands. Crispy Ban Sio crackles with the sizzle of shrimp and pork folded with fresh herbs. And a glass of 3-color tea with its layers of beans, coconut milk, and jelly is like a sweet, colorful celebration in a cup. The language is as rich and layered as the cuisine. Vietnamese has 6 tones, and a single word can mean something entirely different depending on how you pronounce it. To foreigners, it can feel like an intricate puzzle. But here's the beauty. Even if you only learn to say Xin Chao or Cam, on with a sincere smile, you'll often be met with warmth and appreciation that goes far beyond words. Women in Vietnam are a force to be reckoned with. They are not only the keepers of tradition and home life, but also sharp entrepreneurs running everything from tiny street stalls to thriving companies. Their strength, adaptability, and leadership are woven into the very fabric of the nation's progress. And then there are the festivals, bursts of color, sound, and scent that fill the calendar year-round. The Lunar New Year, when the whole country slows down to reunite with family and welcome spring. The Perfia Pagoda winding through rivers and limestone mountains to ancient temples. The Hue Festival, where music, dance, and traditional crafts transform the former imperial capital into a living stage. These aren't just events to attend. They're invitations into the soul of Vietnam, moments where the country's past and present dance together, and where if you open your heart, you'll find yourself not just observing, but belonging. 4. Nature and adventure, travel in Vietnam. If Vietnam were a painting, nature would be its most breathtaking brushstrokes. Ha Long Bay, over 1,600 limestone islands rising from emerald waters, forming a labyrinth of wonders and legends. It's not just a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's a place where sunrises and sunsets paint ever-changing masterpieces that leave you holding your breath in awe. Sapa, where terraced rice fields curve like golden waves in harvest season, then transform into giant mirrors when flooded for planting. Trekking here takes you through Hmong and Red Dao villages where the click of weaving looms blends with the laughter of children playing in the fields. Phang Nha. Kae Bang, the kingdom of colossal caves, home to Sun Dung, so vast it could swallow an entire skyscraper. Inside, you'll find primeval rainforest, underground rivers, and a self-contained ecosystem touched only by sunlight pouring through massive natural skylights. The central coast, from the gentle waves of Mai Kay Beach to the untouched beauty of Lai Sun Island to the tranquil shores of Quy Nhon with endless stretches of soft white sand. Here the water is so clear you can see schools of fish darting beneath your feet. The Mekong Delta, a water world where boats laden with fresh fruit glide along narrow canals and the Kai Rang floating market hums with life from the break of dawn. This is a land of abundance, with orchards heavy with mangoes and rambutans and warm-hearted people who will offer you fruit the moment you arrive. And for those who crave adventure, Vietnam offers no shortage of thrills paragliding in Mu Chang Chai for a bird's-eye view of rolling terraces, diving in Nha Trang among vibrant coral reefs, or paddleboarding in Hoi An at sunrise as golden light spills across the shimmering Thu Ban River. Every place is a journey. Every landscape is a story. And the more you travel across Vietnam, the more you realize its beauty isn't just in the places you visit, but in the way those places stay with you long after you've left. 5. Challenges and things to know. Every paradise comes with its own set of challenges, and Vietnam is no exception. First, the air. Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City are vibrant, alive, and at times shrouded in a haze of fine dust. On certain days, the air quality index can climb to unhealthy levels, making a mask not just an accessory but a necessity. It's a reminder that even beauty can be veiled by modern realities. Then the traffic. The rivers of motorbikes flowing through the streets are mesmerizing to watch until you have to cross them. Here, horns are not warnings, they're conversations. And riding a bike yourself. It demands sharp observation, quick reflexes, and a deep respect for the organized chaos that somehow works. Visas are straightforward for short visit. A tourist e-visa is easy enough to secure, but if you dream of staying longer to work or settle here, you'll need patience and preparation. Paperwork can be a maze and the rules change often. The language barrier can also catch you off guard. In tourist hubs, English is common enough to get by, but in rural areas, it fades fast. That's where a phrasebook translation app, or better yet, a few learned Vietnamese phrases can open doors and hearts. And finally, culture shock. Vietnam's way of life doesn't always match Western norms. Personal space is smaller, conversations can be more direct, and certain gestures carry meanings you might not expect. But here's the truth. What feels unfamiliar at first can become your favorite part of living here if you approach it with curiosity instead of judgment. These challenges aren't roadblocks, they're stepping stones. Each one pushes you to adapt, to grow, and to see the world through a lens you might never have discovered otherwise. And for many, that's exactly why Vietnam becomes more than just a place to visit, it becomes a place to belong. Vietnam isn't just a point on a map. It's a living, breathing story, one that invites you to step inside and become part of it. It's the gentle mornings where you sit on a tiny stool, hands wrapped around a cup of steaming egg coffee, watching the rain draw silver lines across the street. It's the warmth of a stranger's smile when you try your first few words in Vietnamese, awkward, imperfect, but sincere. It's the hum of 1,000 motorbikes, the scent of grilled pork drifting through an alley, the golden fields in Sapa waving in the wind, the fishing boats in Hoi An glowing under lantern light. It's the feeling of time slowing down when you're floating on the Mekong, and the rush of adrenaline as you weave through a mountain pass, the ocean glittering beside you. And the truth is, you can come to Vietnam for a week, a month, even a year, but some part of it will stay with you forever. Maybe it's the people, maybe it's the landscapes, maybe it's the way life here makes you see your own life differently. So I'll ask you this, will you come here just to visit, or will you stay long enough to let Vietnam write itself into your soul? Comment below the place you dream of exploring first. And if this journey has touched you like this video, subscribe and hit the bell so you won't just watch the next adventure, you'll be part of it. Because here in Vietnam, every ending is just the start of another story.